All right, it's Friday, March 21st, just following up on the SPY. I decided just to take a very small gain on this trade and continue to watch it. I discussed how I bought calls here as it was breaking out. I wanted to see if that held and continued and be pretty nimble about it. Obviously, we paused a little bit, and I was watching it here. We had a chance to really pause and hold kind of the upper end of this green bar and follow through. Instead, it closed red, and now we're following through red to the downside. So I just exited this trade here. I bought the 530. The 555 calls at 954. I scaled out at 1020, and then I exited the rest here at 953, about my entry price. So a very small gain, and that's fine. I mean, I don't, at this point, we're below the weekly open here on the purple line. So if I look at the weekly chart, it's the context as we come to the end of the week. It still looks like almost like a failure bar up here that's going to close with a shooter bar red, which can have a 2-down week into next week and go lower. I was looking for the potential of that inside, the failure of these 4-bar range here, breaking out to the lows and then having a consolidation and immediately starting up, maybe getting through the midpoint of that bar, closing green, getting above the open of the week, but it's not doing that. And like I said, I discussed yesterday, any trade I take in this environment, I kind of know the context. I want to be nimble. The context here was to immediately follow through strongly, get up through the midpoint of this whole range in here and get to the highs. If it's not doing that, then I think more and more as the day goes on, we could be having the potential to kind of close weak on the daily bar or have a shooter bar on the weekly chart, which you would anticipate heading lower into next week. So anyway, the only thing that can happen here is we kind of come down maybe to the midpoint of this area, hold and have a big green bar again. That could be a re-entry to see if we take out that high and maybe get one more chance to have this failure at the bottom of a big picture range here. But other than that, it's possible also if we close red here in the middle of this range to try put options and to see if we break through the low of the range. Although, as the day goes on and nothing's happening, it becomes tricky, just like it's been all week here with really nothing developed. Here's the open of the week, and we're right near it. I mean, we've had 5 days of really tricky, no follow through to the upside and no breakdown to the downside at the moment. But if anything, I get the feeling it's a little more negative than it looks, and another red bar close here could be a good opportunity to buy puts, in my opinion, and see if we get to the lows of the day, although it's very choppy, and even if you get in that trade, you're going to want to see it follow through pretty immediately. But anyway, I'm out of it, and that's fine. There's been some good trades in the morning on Netflix and Roku, so we'll see if this uptrend maybe wants to hold in here and continue higher. But at the moment, just thought I'd follow through and explain why I'm exiting the trade.